Okay. Woo. Okay. This is
Sorry.
How was that? This is Boxing Capital, boxing business, and everything behind the punches. I'm Tay.
I'm Sammy.
And we have another guest in the building today.
Hi, I'm Dustin Gonzales, professional boxer, 4-1, and yes, I'm 4-1.
What's your weight?
I fight at middleweight.
Okay.
So 160 is the neighborhood. I'm fighting this Saturday, the October 14th, at Commerce Casino. That'll be my sixth fight. So it's coming up quick. We're a week out.
Nice.
But yeah, so thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming. Thanks
You're
for coming.
You're welcome,
Yes.
young man.
It's good to have another guest, and then being Showtime Boxing. Shout out to Serge and everybody here.
Serge and everybody.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
boys.
I know,
yeah.
it's such a nice gym.
So nice, so nice. But you guys go way back, right?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Don't say it too far back because it's starting to make me feel too damn old.
I know.
Yes, I know.
It's been so long. I've known Sammy since I was 5, though. I think about 5. I don't
How
remember
old
the
are you
age
now?
because now I'm 36.
Holy cow.
I know. So we've had to have known each other about 30 years or so.
Yeah, about 20, 28.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. But as I was fairly young when I met Sammy, and I thought he was, I always tell him this story, I thought he was really tall. There was another guy in the gym, and now that I've Googled him,
David Kamau.
apparently it was David Kamau, and apparently I thought they were both about 6 feet tall.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa.
I know. It wasn't.
Sammy 6
Yeah,
feet.
he was a
I know,
mess.
in his dreams, right? In all of our dreams. But I went in one day. I show up to Wild Card. It's 2005, and I'm with my brother and Speedy, and he goes, "Oh, go say what's up to Sammy." And I only know one Sammy, and I go, "Sammy? Sammy who?" And he goes, "Sammy Stewart." And I go, "That's Sammy Stewart?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "That's not Sammy Stewart. I go, this guy's like 5'0" This guy's not. I said, "I thought Sammy was like taller." And he goes, "No, Sammy was never taller." And I said, "No way." I walk over and I said, "Sammy," and he goes, I don't know, probably knuckle butt. I don't know what it was, but he goes, "Hey man, how you been?" I go, "It is Sammy." And so he was never 6 foot tall, I think. But yeah, I've known him for a long time, and being able to rerun into him at the Wild Card and then just being there since, it's been good. It's been nice.
Nice. But Sammy says you're the late bloomer of the family getting into boxing.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it now, for sure. I'm the youngest of 4 boys, where it's a 5-person family, but I'm the youngest of the boys, and so we all boxed.
And they all box.
Yeah, we started, my oldest brother started. He didn't last long, but the brother right after him, who I mentioned earlier, Speedy, he went on to be like an amateur, decorated amateur, pro, stuff like that. My brother under him, who did some amateur fights, and then he kind of, faded away from it. And then me, I didn't do any amateurs, but I've been along for the journey like the whole time.
Right.
Like I went on the runs, I went in the gym, I hit the bags, I did the sparring. So I've been doing it since I was 5, like I say. And I didn't have any amateurs. I never wanted to do them. But like I've been boxing for so long that like it didn't seem like a big leap taking on like pro fights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Came from the bedroom to the pro gym. To the pro
Yeah,
Right.
it didn't seem like a big leap. So I thought I could do it, and I'm doing it currently.
There you go.
And yeah, it didn't. There definitely are some growing pains. I'd like to be 5-0, but I'm 4-1. I don't think that I lost that fight, but I do feel like I should have done more.
There you go.
You know
Good.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Very good.
So
Very
like
good
I'm
point.
taking that. I took that into the last fight, and I stopped the guy in the first round, and hopefully I can do something similar here and stop the guys, before the fight's over. But so I do feel that like there is a little bit of an experience gap that I'm missing, but I do feel like I'm still getting it through the pros now.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like it's learning on the job for sure, but it's more like, all right, these wins and losses kind of matter now.
Right.
It's not like the amateurs where you can
everything is a lesson.
Yeah,
in a way.
there's.
But the loss that you had was a lesson.
Yeah.
How you take it. It's
Yeah.
all that matters.
You were there that night.
I was.
Yeah, we were there.
Oh yeah.
You were there. You were there. We were there that night. The very first time you went to the fights with me, he fought that night, and I told you he's from Wildcard. That's Speedy's brother. Speedy is the one in the corner. Say yeah, and we cheer for him. Oh yeah, come on, Dustin. But at the end, he didn't pull it off.
Wow, bad luck charm the whole way through.
Oh, it's
I can't
my
even
fault.
believe it.
So I can't go this weekend.
I said, if anyone's here for the first time, tell me. I have superstitions I have to do. No.
Yeah, no. So yeah, you saw that fight. The first time you went to the Commonwealth Council with me.
It was an ugly fight, so I don't expect you to remember it.
It was kind of.
It was a messy
I'm
fight.
trying to remember the first time I went though.
That was the first night I saw more people that he know show up at the fight.
Oh.
Yeah, most of the girls he trained shows up at the fight.
Well,
sold some tickets, I see.
Yeah, I had some people come. It was nice.
He sold a lot of tickets. And that night, I don't know. Personally, I think it should have been a draw because that night you didn't pull the trigger as much. You did good the first round, then came the second round. You and the guy, both of us, standing around waiting for each other.
Yeah. See, that's kind of what I thought too. I thought I won the first round. I thought the second round it could have gone to him because I didn't win it.
Yeah, because
the third round. The third round, I thought I was doing well, but he hit me with a really clean shot, like the last 10 seconds of the round, and I had no comeback.
Yeah.
He hit me, and then the bell rang, and I was like, man.
That's when.
So I think that gave him the round.
Remember sometimes.
Yeah, it was just the one because Samuel's right. It was a real messy fight, so we weren't like. All my work was on the inside, and I know that people couldn't see it. The dude was so big; he just put his arms over me, and I just couldn't. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know what people could see, but I was like working on the inside, and yeah, but it was a messy fight, and there was nothing really big about it. So like for him to hit me in the third round, it didn't even hurt. I was just like, I dropped my hand too low, and he threw a shot. And I was like, man.
Yeah. Well,
But the fourth round, I tried to push it.
That's a good learning, and. Don't do that crap no more.
Yeah, it definitely shows up. Like when I'm running, I'm just like, if I stop now, you know what I mean? This guy's going to beat me again.
Yeah.
So.
You got to be in shape even, look, make sure you are in shape. Every time I say that, I try to throw myself in the mix a little bit. People used to call me gym rat. Look, I fought at 108. 112, then I went to 115, 122, which were all way out of my weight class.
Right.
But because of reasons beyond my control, I fought at those weight. But you got to be in shape to where when you start the fight, you generate speed to where you level out, and no matter what, I don't care, you can go 10 rounds, 15, 20 rounds. You should be at that same level or even probably go up some more. That's how I used to want my fight to be, and that's how I used to be. And anyone that I overlooked or went and sat down and wiped tape off, those are the guys I lost to. Mm-hmm. But when I never watched a tape of anyone, I didn't watch tape off. I didn't give a damn to say this guy could breathe fire.
Yeah.
I'll go in there and whoop him. Mm-hmm. Because one thing I gather or I figure out is that your mind plays tricks on you when you watch the tape of your opponent. You go in the fight. Unknown to yourself, you program yourself to what you saw him do. And thinking it's what he's going to do when he gets in front of you. Right. And the least mistake, the mistake that we make as fighter, that guy come in there and don't do the same thing. Then you wonder why he's not doing it. Right. Because you are not the guy he fought in that tape. Right. Yeah. You came in with a different style. He knows how to cope. Yeah. So he adapt. And then you still got that. You still program to doing what you think he's going to do over there.
Right.
And you mess around and get your bubble.
Right. Yeah. I think that's good advice. I think
I don't watch tape. Nope.
Yeah. I think too, like when you're training for an opponent, and this is like analogous to life for me.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're watching someone else and that's your barometer, it's limiting versus you just training and it's just you versus you, and it's just this unlimited power and strength that you're trying to find within yourself, and that'll easily translate into whoever it is you're fighting. Yeah,
early on I'm definitely like figuring all that out still.
Just get your trainer to watch the tape,
but
you shouldn't do it.
As
Let
far
a
as
trainer train you.
Yeah, like as far as tape goes, people ask me, "Oh, do you watch tape on like your opponents when they send you like an opponent?" And I tell them like, no, like to me, boxing in your first like 10 or 15 fights, it's not about the opponent, it's about you developing like a quality.
Right. Yeah.
And so like if you don't get comfortable in that ring, it doesn't matter if they give you 50 bums in a row.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not going to get better. So to me, I tell people like I don't try not to like look up any film. I don't, it doesn't matter. I have to go fight my fight. If I can't produce what I'm good at, then I'm not going to be any good.
Right.
Like I said, 50 bums or not. Like,
right.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
If you go to watch tapes, I would say, watch tapes of people you look up to, fighters that are at their top. Let them do their thing.
Right.
You can always steal something from those guys that matters. But going to fight John Brown and watching John Brown tape.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The hell with John Brown. Just watch the Red Leonard, the Joe Louis, if you want to go that far, or even the Tang, or the Shakur, or stuff like that. Guys that are really top in the game that are doing something different. Because look. The difference between good, great, and average is not that far apart.
Yeah.
There's a few different things the other guys do.
That's funny. I was just talking to my girlfriend about it, and I was just telling her, like, no one, as far as, like, I've been watching boxing, like, my entire life, no one has reinvented boxing. Like,
True.
that's been the fact. No one reinvented boxing, but everyone's learned to do it their own way.
Right.
So if you can take what they're doing and go, oh, I can do it like that, but make it my own way, or so on and so forth. Yeah, that's what the toolbox is. That's the reference of the life's toolbox or boxing's toolbox. When you go, oh, I can do these things, I can adapt to these things, I know these things because I've studied these things. But that's the only tape I pretty much would ever watch is like highlights and stuff. I don't watch no.
You got to do it your way, because I say. Boxing is the closest thing to acting or anything. Boxing is real. Everything has to be you. You just have to play it out to where you're comfortable. And when you're comfortable at it and you applying it, the audience enjoy it. And then they get to pay the top dollar to come see you do it. And whether you knock the guy out or not.
Right.
If you do it right and you got good finesse with it, you'll be all right. That's why sometimes I say when people start thinking, oh, John Brown fights so slow and he's so technical. You don't know. People enjoy those kind of fights.
Yeah.
Not just where people bleed. When you bleed too much, people tend to get
some people are gross out.
Yucky, gross about it anyway. But people love to see their technique of boxing. But boxing promoters don't know how to sell the damn thing. And the announcers suck.
Announcers are awful.
The announcers, they don't know what to be looking at. And some of these people are fighters. There are people that have fought before. Just for example, like Big George Foreman. George Foreman be talking about a fight here, you don't know whether he's talking about a bull fight or two boxers in the ring.
I've never heard him announce.
No.
He got fired early. I think like in the 90s he got fired.
Okay.
But announcers are awful.
Some of the announcers, man, they don't know what they be talking about.
That's like the company too. They make them do that. They
Yeah,
tell them, you gotta sell our guy, and all right, whatever.
That's a
but-
good point right there. I was just about to say that. Sometimes I think the announcers kiss ass because the man that's signing that check says you must say that idiot is doing great, even if he fired himself. You know, if
they won't be invited back.
You know, if you sting up the room, say, "Oh, that fart was
you smelling
like
so
roses."
good.
You know?
Do you have a favorite announcer or commentator? Commentating team?
I grew up like on Jim Lampley and
yes,
I grew up on that.
Like on the HBO
Max
time.
Kellerman, what's his name? Harold Letterman, the ring scorer guy who passed away. I grew up on like the HBO crew.
Yeah.
Larry Merchant.
Larry Merchant.
Even though he kind of went haywire at the end, I think.
No, because Larry Merchant was always drunk. That old man drink like fish.
He probably does. I mean, he can do whatever he wants.
I seen him before he went to the announcer table drunk. I seen him come to Wild Card drunk. Larry Merchant he did love to drink.
Well, nothing wrong with that. He seems to have it under control.
Having a good time.
But yeah, I grew up on the HBO crew, so probably I don't know.
Well, and HBO used to have this guy, Doctor something, man. He used to be like
that like skinny dude.
No,
like
he was a little chubby man who knew about cuts. He was a real doctor. But he knew about cuts and stuff like that. And he was one of the.
You know what? I think I know who you're talking about. He did another show on HBO, and they would bring him in for the fights.
And I mean, he used to be really good. I mean, because sometimes you would talk about the cuts and what the cut men were doing in the corner that was wrong.
Really? That into it. Too much Vaseline.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So they clean some of that stuff off his face and stuff like that. Those things about boxing really make the game worth watching when people are fighting and stuff like that. But I just say for me, it will be good for the promoters. I mean, lately they've been putting up some good shows, you know, and stuff like that, some good fights. But get the top names to actually fight each other and stop ducking one another.
That's all promotion companies. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not going to give up their guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but look, the thing is, everybody can make money if they look at it from the fan.
Yeah.
Look at the thing.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, and I know most people, and I'm a person.
But they don't care about us.
No. I'm a fan, and I'm a person, so I know how I feel. A lot more people in the world of this sport of boxing, I like to see it, feel the same way I do. Put the top names out there. Stop having John Brown duck Shakur Stevenson and then Shakur, because Shakur Stevenson ain't ducked anybody yet. So until he can do that, then we can put him in that bracket.
Yeah.
And stop having these people make people say, "Oh, I want to take 70% and give you 30%." Shakur Stevenson is also guilty of that. When he said he wanted to give another guy short money when he didn't agree to take short money from what the boy name Haney.
Yeah.
You know, when he didn't agree to take short money from Haney, why would you go tell somebody else to take short money? What make you think you are holding of a holding? Don't do that. You don't take short money. Don't offer another man short money. It's a game that everyone putting out blood and sweat to make a living. Negotiate on a fair terms. Let us fight. If you start trying to tell a man to take short money, that tells me in your gut you somehow afraid of him.
Yeah, or you don't want to fight.
Yeah, you don't want to fight.
Yeah.
You just talking. Don't be, Shakur, don't be like the shallow. because the Chalos are like the how you call it, role model for talking. Yeah, the role model for talking. They talk
and they don't stop.
do
Did
shit.
you watch the epilogue of after the?
I just watched it. I just watched it today.
They talk and talk
I'm
and
like,
talk.
man, you're
and
still
don't
going,
fight.
huh?
They don't fight. The older brother's supposed to be fighting
He's fighting a smaller, smaller Benavidez.
Yeah, Benavidez or Junior.
Yeah.
He's over fighting Benavidez Junior. And I think if Benavidez Junior comes there and grows some Mexican huevos and don't act like he from Arizona. They act like he from TJ. He can whoop the older child too. Cause those suckers just talk. Just nailed the guy where he got slapped by Killer Plant and didn't do shit.
I know. Twice he said.
Yeah,
twice.
He got slapped twice by Killer Plant, didn't do shit. So Benavidez, I'm telling you, I know you, kid. I seen you at Wildcats work and everything like that before your little accident and stuff. So I'm telling you, if you grow some real Mexican huevos, I'm telling you, I'm looking right in that camera telling you now, if you grow some Mexican huevos, kid, you whoop Chalo's butt, you make him look like his brother. Run around like a little scared cat with a tail in his behind.
It's a winnable fight, so.
Yeah, it is a winnable fight.
Yeah, you never know. You never know with them.
Yeah, I think once that leg fatigues, because that's what happened when he was fighting Crawford. His leg fatigued.
Oh, who, Chalo?
No, Benavidez.
Yeah.
His leg got tired and he just kind of fell behind.
Well,
because he was going tit for tat for a little bit in those early rounds. He was kind of snappy at the hand still.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of fell behind, and Crawford did what Crawford does.
I said, look, Benavidez need to make sure he send the girlfriend to her people. Let she go stay with her parents for the next 6 weeks. Don't visit me after the fight. He might be okay. No, I'm telling you. Weak legs don't come from just standing up by the bag and punching the bag and sparring. Weak legs come from being too happy.
Yeah, a lot of fighters say they stay celibate.
No, seriously, no.
Fight day.
Weak legs come from that. And I can tell you, it happened to me before. Not one, a couple of times.
Wow.
Weak leg come from that. Wow. I mean, you think you are good.
But they did a study on that. I don't know if you guys ever heard about this. Mm-hmm. It was on like some sports science show, and they did like a physical fitness test, and then they sent both the guys home. And one dude slept with his wife, the other guy didn't. Yeah. They came back and they did the test. The guy who slept with his wife was performed a little better. He was more relaxed, so he was stress free, so he performed better. Mm-hmm. So that kind of goes against the rule.
No, listen.
I do 7 days.
No, I know where you're coming from.
You know what I mean?
I know where you're coming from, and
but I believe it.
And I got a little explanation for that.
Because when you're
the thing about it
is
this: when you stay celibate for about 4 to 6 weeks, all right? 2 weeks of the fight, yes, you can wrestle a little bit with your lady in the bedroom. Go back to the gym the next day and whoop. It happened. Go in there and whoop anybody but that will put in the ring. Spar like 3 guys on that same day. I have done it before, but you don't think after that you should go do it again. No, if you do it at that time, you are relaxed, and that stays with you for like a week or 2. You don't go back because you get all tensed up after about 6 weeks. You're all tight and tight. Mm-hmm. You don't perform, but you go and do that 2 weeks of the fight or 10 days of the fight. That's fine. But you go thinking, oh, I must live with her to 2 days of the fight.
That's crazy.
And then I will go and be real relaxed. You be too relaxed, but 2 days later, man, I'm telling you, it will nail you. It gets to you. So
I believe it. I'm not trying to test it. I said I do 7 days. That was it. That was all I had.
7 days. 7 days to the.
That's enough.
Man, that's fine. You don't go having. Oh yeah.
No, you can't.
Tomorrow fight and blah blah. No. Don't go doing that.
Can't.
Don't go doing that bull crap.
That's
or
right.
2 days to the fight, you go do that and then mess up. Go in there. Yeah, first 4 rounds, you'll be sharp as hell. Then when you look, you will go sit down, and there will be a little cold drift from the skull down your spine. Like, damn, why am I feeling so cold? Then you walk up and you feel all warm and shit. That's your leg ready to go.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, moving on.
No. I'm just saying that. No.
I know we heard you.
I've been around here for 54 years. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You're only 54? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But question for you.
Yeah.
So you have been around boxing your entire life, and then you started kind of straight into the pros. Being around boxing your whole life, why didn't you dabble in the amateur? I think it's interesting how you're around it already like training essentially.
Yeah, I was doing all the work.
Exactly.
I was doing everything but the action. It was like, nah, I'm good. I think because the biggest thing was like I was so young, and boxing was not like, hey, do you want to come to the gym? It was like, hey, we're going to the gym. And when you're a kid, you don't want to go to the gym. You want to go everywhere but. So I always wanted to be outside. So like when it got kind of to my turn in the cycle, because like my brother's gone before me. Right. So when it got to me, my older brother, he was kind of like heading for the Olympics, then kind of like gonna turn pro. So he was in like that journey. So like it was easy for me to be like, I'll be in the gym, but I don't have to commit to like a fight.
Right.
And then my dad just saw that I was in the gym, you know what I mean? It made everyone happy. Right. So he was fine with leaving me there. Right. And then like they focused on my brother, and like I said, he turned pro and he had like 30 plus fights, and he did all his great things. But so when it was my turn, like I kind of like was able to hang back a little bit and just be like, oh, I'm running, you know what I mean? I'm keeping up with the pack, but like I didn't have to like perform. Right. But yeah, so that was probably the biggest thing, I think, because I was just a kid. I'd rather do anything else all the time. Right. You know what I mean?
You in a way sort of had like an aversion to wanting to box. The whole family was doing it.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt forced.
Yeah, I was just like, well, I'll do it because it's fun and we're all doing it. But like, it's not. Like if I was leading the pack, was not what we'd be doing. You know what I mean? We'd be outside, guys. But yeah, I think that was like the biggest thing. Because boxing, I'm telling you, like being a kid, you don't, like, responsibilities is like terrible. It's the worst thing you can happen to a child. And like, they're like, here, be a boxer. And you're like, I gotta run? Like, I gotta box? I gotta like learn how to do all these things. And you're like,
super disciplined.
Yeah.
No
and you're
party,
just like, who's all this?
With your friends.
Yeah, and you're just like, where is all this coming from? And like people hear it and they go, oh, well, you're a kid. What could you be doing? But like, it's taxing on children. They'd rather, I'm telling you, mentally, they'd rather be outside. Right. So it was a lot of that. And then like after a while, like I told I would always tell my mom, and she would filter it to my dad, because if I told my dad, he'd just say no. Yeah. So I would always tell my mom, like, once I got old enough, like, oh, I'm playing basketball at school. And she'd be like, okay, well, he's doing something. You know what I mean? So she'd be like, hey, let's go to the gym. And my mom would be like, no, he's going to go play basketball. And my dad would be like, all right, whatever, he's outside. Like, it's fine. So a lot of that, and like I wrestled in high school for a year. My freshman year, I wrestled. So I was like doing that, and I was like, hey, Dad, I'm wrestling. Yeah. He's like, whatever, dude. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, like, you check the box, you're fine. Right. And so like it was that. I played football. The 3 years of high school, sophomore to senior year. So I was like busy with that. And then I started lifting weights. So I tried to do a bunch of other shit before I could go like compete or like even, but I always stayed boxing. I always stayed in the gym. And yeah, I think that was, being able to bypass the amateurs was probably like the greatest thing I did. You couldn't run
from it for too long.
Yeah, it becomes like an itch. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like well, I don't know, for me personally, like the older you get, like you start to look at like the shit you do, the shit you know, like skills, like life skills, you know what I mean? Then like I have a kid, so like I think about it a lot. What am I going to pass on to my son? So like I'm just like, man, like this is like a real big skill because I'm a trainer as well. So like I train random people like from all over the place, and a lot of them don't know how to make a fist, like simple little things. You know what I mean? And if they don't know how to put a boxing glove on, and like it just becomes so like, man, I have this actually a skill, and so I have to take care of it better, and I have to like teach to people, and I have to like pass it on to my son. And then I have to put it to use because if one day someone were to go, hey, you've never fought before, how can I trust you in what you're telling me? I have to really, I can't just be like, you know what, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? I have to be like, oh, you're right. So like I said to myself that I would do it eventually. And then when I got here, I said, oh, I'm going to do one. Then I said, oh, I couldn't just do one. I'd have to do 3, right? 3 is a fair number. You see if you're actually good or not. And then I got to 3, and I go, all right, I'm gonna try to get to 5. And so we headed out where we got to 5. We're 4-1, and I go, I'm not that bad. I try to get to 10. You know what I mean? I try to get to 10. So I think that's the short-term goal is to get to 10 fights. But definitely.
Well, that's good. At least as a trainer, the both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
You've been in there.
Yeah.
So no other trainer that is a trainer can bullshit you and tell you, oh, you've never been in there, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that was a big thing, too.
Yeah. But most of the great trainers in the world had never boxed. Had never been a boxer. Like Eddie Fudge, one of the greatest trainers to ever live.
Yeah.
He trained most of the big heavyweights. Riddick Bowe. He trained, Frazier. He trained some of the great ones. He even trained Freddie Roach, the one that owned Freddie Roach that owned the wild card. He was Eddie first trainer. And when Eddie first trained him, he was a ESPN top fighter at that time. Freddie was ESPN name fighter. Yeah. Back then,
he was a mainstay, always on ESPN.
Yeah. When Eddie first trained him. So, and Eddie first never boxed, but he stayed around the boxing gym in Detroit. He pick up water bottle for people, did all of that stuff. So Eddie First was, and he was one of the great ones to ever done it.
Yeah,
so,
I think Angelo Dundee's the same, right?
Yeah,
I think he didn't fight either. But there's guys like that just never competed. And that's like the difference. People, it's like, oh, I never competed. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. But like, you could still know the sport.
Because you can see it from, I think people that have not done it before can see it through the eyes of love.
Right.
Because you have to love this thing.
Right. You
have to love it to do it. You have to love it to teach it. And if you love it enough, anybody can teach anything.
Right.
But but it is good that you are learning it from both sides of the
I'm doing it backwards, but I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Usually it's fighters will retire, become a trainer.
I just think
it's like being a trainer. It's like, I guess I'll fight.
Yeah. I just think it is sometimes it's risky for those that have not experienced it.
That's also like a big thing.
Ring, and they throw somebody's kid in the ring. Sometimes the guy get him pummeled. Right. And they say, oh yeah, I think he can still survive another round. Right. Not knowing the motherfucker dying.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's like a big thing. Yeah, I always stress that to people when I tell them about my story. I always tell them I've been boxing forever. Yeah. Like, don't think that I'm making it sound like you can just go, I'm going to be a boxer and become a boxer. Right. Because it's not. It's not like that. Yeah. So that's like a big thing that I stress with people. I go, hey, like, I've been boxing since I was 5. Right. Like, I can do this shit in my sleep. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. Like, the people that care for me trust me to get beat up. Right. Like, that's how good I am. Right. I can get beat up and they'll be like, okay, he's fine. We're going to game plan. We'll strategize. We'll figure this out. But yeah, because it sounds like that. I just tell people like, oh yeah, I was a trainer. I was, because I used to be much heavier. I was like 240.
Oh, wow. No, it's something small.
And so like I like lost a bunch of weight, and then I like turned to a fighter. And so to people, it comes off like I just lost a bunch of weight and turned to a fighter. It's like, nah, dude, kind of no, like kind of a little bit, but not also no. Right. But because the big thing like was when I spar or when I would spar before, people would go, man, how many fights did you have? When I would come out, and I'd be like, none. And they'd be like, oh, what about amateur? And I'd be like, none. They'd be like, oh, wow, I thought you fought. And it's like, because I've been doing, you know what I mean? This is what I do. Right. So,
it's in the blood. It's in the blood.
Yeah, it's really one of those things.
Yeah, well, let's get into some fights that happened this weekend. So I'll quickly run through the Brits. There was a fight going on across the pond. Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington. Lee Wood took the win in that one, TKO 7th round. Do you guys watch the highlights a little bit?
I didn't
see any highlights of any fights. I saw
the next one we'll talk about.
I saw the highlight of him knocking him out. He stopped him. He knocked him out.
Yeah, so he was down. He was down the whole card. Like I think all the judges had him like.
Oh, actually,
down, like 6-1.
In the video I saw, it looked like he was dominating the whole time. No. They just showed that last 10-second clip, put him out. It's like,
Yeah, no, he was down. So then he miraculously came back in the 7th round and knocked Josh Warrington out. So that was the main event. Before that was Terry Harper versus Cecilia Brækhus. That was a draw. Cecilia Brækhus needs to retire, but that's just me. She's literally like 42. She's been like boxing forever.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard that name so many times.
Yeah, she's 42. Wow. I'm always a little like whenever someone's up there in age and still fighting, especially for a female. I mean, maybe she just really loves it, but she's a legend. Like, so she's kind of. I think she kind of deserves to reap the benefits of her, like, you know.
She's getting paid out. Yeah.
Probably she's hanging around this time because when she did it before, there was no money.
There's probably,
exactly. So she's definitely.
Well, that makes sense.
Did she win?
No, it was a draw.
No, it was a draw.
Yeah, versus Terry.
Did it look like a draw?
She was like, but she was.
It was pretty even. I mean, again, 2-minute rounds.
She was like a unified champ for a while, right?
Yeah,
she's still
she's
champion?
a legend. No.
Oh,
I think she lost to maybe she is, but I think she lost them to McCaskill. Jessica McCaskill.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, I remember being a champion not too long ago. I just.
Yeah.
No, she's.
It's hard to pay.
I think
much respect for her, but.
I think they should have one of these round robin kind of competition for women boxing.
Yeah, that would be good.
Kind of like put them
like
out
professionally.
To the public. Yeah, professionally.
Like professional round robin.
Yeah, one of the round robin boxing for the when I say round robin, meaning that they should have like a tournament, like a women boxing tournament of every weight class.
Let me tell you right now, if they could do it, they should do it with women's boxing.
I've been
saying that
because
if they could put all of the women's boxers in under one umbrella,
brother, it would be great.
They would.
Women boxers are very how you call it. I like.
They're like the best fights of the night. Whenever they're on,
they are always their best fight. Women boxers are very entertaining. Women boxing is entertaining. These girls come out there and put up a fight. The guys go in there and be freaking scratching their ears sometimes. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Let them have. I wish I had the money right now or something, or could collaborate with somebody that got money and do a women boxing competition of every weight. We can do the whole thing for the whole year.
Right.
We can do it from January to December.
Yeah.
And we do a weight class every month. Until December, we come up with the champions and they compete. And the thing is, it's not going to be 10,000 belts in every weight class. It's going to be one trophy for every weight class, and the champion in that weight class win that trophy. A trophy that's going to worth something when you retire. You can pawn that sucker and make at least $300,000 from it. A trophy that's going to worth something, with some real gold and some real gems that, some real diamonds. Not these little point looking crap that, on the men's belt most of the time, and we got about 8 of these things, and everybody and their grandfather freaking champions. No. One champion, and then we will see the competition. One champion, one belt.
I've had this debate numerous times.
No, seriously, one champion,
Numerous
one
times.
belt. You get rid of the WBC, WBA.
It needs to be one sanctioning body.
One sanctioning
to control
body.
the rest
because
of them.
all the others, everybody and their grandmother got a sanctioning body because they want to be able to charge $100,000.
Yeah, well, they're charging their fees.
Right.
For sanctioning fees. For what? You telling me something I already know? Come on, I shouldn't be paying you $150,000 to tell me that I can fight. I know I can fight. That's why I'm beating those guys. If I can fight and beat those guys, and you want me to wear your belt, from the way I look at it, you should be coming in with good sponsors to sponsor me to wear your belt. Not me paying you to wear your belt. Because when you ask me, the sanctioning bodies don't make the fighter. The sanctioning body don't make the fighter. The fighter makes the belt, not the other way around. So if anybody listening out there, fighters and promoters, sanctioning bodies don't make the fighter. The fighter make the belt. Fighters need to stop putting their foot down. If those sanctioning bodies can't come in with sponsors that are going to put some money in your pocket, stop paying them.
You heard it here first.
Stop paying them. Let the sanctioning bodies pay the fighter to wear their belt. Bring me some sponsors. That way we can promote your belt. A lot of people can wear your belt, and people can go and buy your stuff that you have with your belt on it. That's the way it should go. The sanctioning body don't make the fighter. Oh, I'm a WBC champion. Look at Chalo. He a champion. Look like a freaking wuss.
Yeah, we'll get into that later because he technically lost one of his belts.
That's right.
The moment he stepped into the ring with Canelo.
Second the fight started.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So
he should have lost all of them.
Right. Well, that belt went to Tim Tszyu, but we'll talk about that because that's a fight we're gonna discuss later. But yeah, no, I agree. I think that'll be a really good idea, especially the women, because I feel like all the women, especially in the 130, 135 pounder, they're all kind of chasing Katie Taylor.
Yeah, putting these girls out there. No, that's
big money. But there's so many skilled fighters, 130, 135 in the women's things that can really take off.
I'm just saying, if any promoter gonna do it, come talk to me. I said it here first. If you're going to put a women tournament together, talk to me. Let us do this thing all year round. I will even go to countries that you want me to go to and have them. I mean, you got great fighters.
Fighters.
Even this girl from Costa Rica. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yoka?
Yoka is a damn good fighter.
I just saw she's number one pound for pound.
Yeah, she is fighting.
Really?
Yeah,
she's fighting in Costa
division,
Rica next week or 2 weeks from now. She's fighting in Costa Rica.
Really? Again?
Yeah.
Already?
She just fought.
Yeah, she's fighting in Costa Rica in about a couple of weeks. And, I wish I could go to that fight.
Yeah, I think she's in the talks to fight Senicia Estrada.
Yeah,
they want that undisputed fight.
Yeah.
That's going to be a
that would be a good
I
fight.
would see that one.
Senicia Estrada from Top Rank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she been talking a lot of crap, but I've not seen the people she have fought. I think Yoka have fought better competition. I think Yoka have fought better competition than her. That would be a great fight.
Yeah, I haven't paid
I hope
attention
De La
to
Hoya
Yoka's career
and Aram get together and make that fight.
Well, they just hung out. They just had a meeting or something.
Eh?
They just had like a meeting or something. So
Good. Well,
so maybe, but
they should make that fight.
All right, let me go back down this list.
Because De La Hoya promotes her now.
A lot of knockouts on this card. So Kieran Conway, TKO in the round 6 versus Udofia. Hopi Price beating Connor Coggill, TKO 12th round, and Boston TKO 6th round versus Corey McCulloch. So that was
Corey McCulloch.
That was the.
I wonder he's a Wayne McCulloch nephew or cousin.
no.
No, I don't know.
Corey McCulloch. I mean, he Irish, right?
Yeah, that sounds very Irish.
One of them McCulloch, where Wayne McCulloch is Irish, same thing. They might be cousins.
But that was Warrington versus Wood card. But we'll move on to Zurdo versus Joe Smith. Your impressions of that, Sammy?
Yeah.
Let's hear it, Sammy.
That was a good fight for two big guys. That was a good fight. I like that fight. And you know what? I think Zurdo should fight, what the boy name again? They're Russian there.
Bivol?
Bevo.
Yeah.
I think he should fight Bevo again.
He looked good.
He looked good.
He looked good. And I'm tell you what,
Bevo had beat both of them.
Yeah.
Bevo beat both of them, and they fought, and Zurdo won. I think they should try to make that fight with Bevo again.
Well, this
I
fight
think it'll be a better fight this time.
They were fighting at cruiserweight this time.
Yeah. Well,
I think, because last fight Zurdo didn't even make.
He was like the weight.
He was like
12,
15 pounds.
Yeah,
over.
it was like 12 pounds.
It was ridiculously.
That was
ridiculously overweight. He was supposed to fight Rosado, Gabe Rosado.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and he not even close to making the weight.
Wow, I mean,
but that's like not even trying.
Yeah,
he didn't try.
Yeah, I know had a rough one.
I don't think he wanted that fight.
No, I don't think he wanted to fight that either. 12 pounds overweight.
Yeah,
that's not trying.
Tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
That was a good fight.
But he looked good and he looked in shape because he was dancing around for like the whole 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh no, but he had no choice.
He never. No, I don't think so. I don't think he was the bigger man. So. I don't think he was ever really bothered.
He was taller.
By Joe
he was not
Smith.
bigger. He was.
You'd see the body on that guy.
He was an inch and a half taller than Smith. Joe Smith could still punch. Joe Smith hurt him.
Joe Smith can definitely punch, and he felt some of those punches.
And Joe Smith did rock him.
But I think he was the bigger man the whole night. He seemed to control the fight.
He boxed. He was a better boxer, but he could not stand.
Yeah, but when he got like close enough, he would just grab him and push him.
Yeah, they're good.
But he's a bigger guy.
He was a better boxer. He didn't dare trade with Smith. Joe Smith could take anybody out with a punch. So I say, for his boxing skill, he really did put it to work.
Yeah.
And he should fight. I don't know if Bevo gonna go up or he can come down. He should fight Bevo again. I think it'll be a good fight.
I don't think that's gonna happen again.
What?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
he was 175. He's up to cruiserweight. I don't know too much about cruiserweight.
But
that's what I was looking up right now. But the guy who fought a couple weeks ago, Jay Opetia.
Yeah, that dude.
That would be a good fight for him. He's good. Yeah, he's got a belt.
But I think that's what he just won that title. This is what title limited, right? That's
that he won,
title
Jay?
limited.
Yeah,
no, that
last
night.
Yeah,
I think he's in line for that very belt, right?
Yeah,
that's what he just picked up. So
that'll be good.
Yeah,
that'll be good.
There's some fights there. Badu Jack is in cruiserweight.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Badu Jack. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He's not retired.
No, he fought. No? He fought on some like weird card.
He's
I think
also
it was like a
been
Jake Paul
forever.
Fight. Yeah, some Jake Paul fight.
Probably Jake Paul, the promoter.
But I know he lives in Saudi Arabia or some Middle Eastern country. Badu Jack.
Badu Jack.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He does. He's like Muslim.
Badu Jack.
Yeah.
Badu Jack, the fighter, moved to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, he lives in like some Middle Eastern country.
Isn't it Badu Jack from Pennsylvania? From Philly or something?
Well, I don't know where he's from, but we know where he's at.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he lives in like the Middle East now.
Yeah,
that's nice. Yo, good for him. That's nice.
I heard the name before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was from the East Coast, somewhere in the East Coast.
No, he's fought like some big name guys.
Yeah. He was like in the mix for a while. Yeah, he was like in the mix.
That's what I'm saying. I heard that name before. I didn't know he lived in Saudi Arabia. Wow.
Yeah,
look at that.
Yeah.
He became a Muslim and moved.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
Pretty good.
Good for him.
But yeah, that will be good to see what's next for Zurdo. I always struggle saying his name.
Yeah, Zurdo.
But yeah, Joe Smith, I think.
No, Joe Smith.
It was good to see Joe Smith.
I think Joe Smith.
Where does he go after?
I think
this
he's done.
The cruiserweight. I guess just keep fighting. I don't think there's really.
I think Joe Smith
title.
Joe Smith
done. If
not
he
in the next couple years.
If he gets some good payday,
yeah.
I think he should take the fight. But without that, hang this thing
he's
up,
gonna
go have a couple of kids, and
he's got like a full family. He's fine. Yeah. No, I think I think he stays where he's at. He just stays in shape.
Yeah.
Stays work because he works. He's like a bricklayer or some
I think he's like a
union
firefighter
worker.
or something
Yeah,
like that.
or something like
He's
that.
like a
Cool.
normal- he's like a normal guy.
We're like talking him down. He's a bricklayer. No, he
uh,
works. I think he's like a union guy or something.
Yeah.
But
Okay, well,
either way, he's like
Well,
set. You know what I mean?
I mean, from the East Coast, he's a teamster.
So yeah. So if I'm
he's a
him,
normal-
I'm just.
that's
I
his
just-
name, right? The common man. He literally
Yeah.
is just like a regular
Come on,
dude.
man,
Yeah.
teamster.
Yeah,
Teamster
yeah.
boxer.
I would just stay in
That'd be
shape
good.
and be there when they call me. Because
Yeah, no,
honestly,
yeah.
he's got a good name
Yeah.
and he's strong as shit.
Yeah.
He can put
He's
your
been in
lights
there
out
with the best
whenever.
of 'em. He really
And he's
has
got
been
the
in there.
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he can fight. He can hold his own.
Yeah. He could just.
If that's not gonna hit you, the only thing is he hit me because you can see them coming from Jamaica.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
His jab is pretty bad too.
Yeah,
But.
that's a good start from place. So what's that? The Kingston. I'm coming.
Yeah. Did any young guys on the undercard make an impression on either of you guys?
I didn't get to see,
I
but
didn't see
there's
the
a
undercard.
kid.
I would've saw
There's a
that
guy
one
from
fight.
Brick House. I forget his name.
Darius
I
Fulgham?
think it's that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
And I saw him fight at the Commerce Casino at the 360 card, and then he fought last night on that same card. And what I saw
Is
at
he
Commerce, he
doing
looks so good. He's like he's like in the pocket, he's real like slick, but he's also like a super middleweight, I think. So he like
Yeah.
putting people's lights out. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude. I forget what weight he is, but yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah,
He's up
so
there.
I like what
Okay,
I'm
that's
seeing
good.
from that
8-0,
guy.
8 knockouts. He got this guy out of there with a body shot in the first round.
Okay.
Yeah, he's mad slick. He's
Yeah.
like, he.
That's good.
Yeah.
I
He
would
reminds
like
me
to,
of.
I would like to see him fight, so I would know, have more
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see more of him,
Yeah.
and I'm sure right now he's on a pace where they're gonna fight him every other month.
Yeah,
So I'll
yeah.
probably see a
Oh,
lot of
that's
him.
good.
My Florida boy lost. Eric Tudor. He's from South Florida, or fights out of South
Oh, yeah.
Florida. He lost. He's
Eric
kind
who?
of a
Tudor?
He's kind of a young up and coming guy on the Golden Boy roster. I think they're trying to make him like
Up and coming.
nine.
Oh.
What is he? 9-1 at this point.
Okay.
Not very many KOs, so you
It's
know,
tough.
yeah.
Well, he had
He had
such
a-
a lot. to
Yeah,
win.
yeah, and he got a bad eye injury in that fight,
Oh.
so I think that kind of like affected him. But
It's
we'll
sad.
see what's next for him. So, but a loss can be a lesson. So we'll see how the
Oh,
young
yeah, I mean,
kid handles
Some
it.
people learn
It
from it.
yeah, it just depends
Yeah.
on how you
Some
take
people
it.
learn
Yeah.
from it, and some people decline.
Hmm.
So
So hopefully he learns.
Yeah, it just depends on how he lost too. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. But let's get into some breaking news. So Ryan Garcia is going to be fighting Oscar Duarte December 2nd.
That kid, I don't know the kid too much, but I
don't
know
know-
he's
I
no
don't know about
pushover.
Duarte.
So it's
No,
a good
he's
little
a,
comeback
He's a strong
fight.
kid for 130 or 140, I think. he'll be
Yeah, I think it's
fighting at.
140.
Good muscular kid. I've seen him, I think, fight once or twice on the Golden Boy
what
cards.
his record?
Good question.
It's not bad though.
I think he's undefeated, if anything, or one loss, if anything.
something like that.
23
Yeah,
fights or something like that.
I say, if he can fight a bit, that's a good fight, because I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think Ryan Garcia.
It's good. You're not alone, buddy. You're
No,
not
I
alone.
don't think Ryan Garcia is that good, and I don't think Ryan Garcia is really going to come back strong from that knockout, from that knockout from Martin. He is
He's scared.
that had planted some fear in his mind.
You know that
Every time he get clipped, he going.
Because, this kid is Mexican style,
Yeah.
like through and through. What does he have? Looking it up right now. 21 knockouts, 26 fights.
I mean, that's
21
either
knockouts.
gonna-
He-
One knockout.
and 26 fights. He
Yeah,
has a
right.
loss.
Right.
Well, it's gonna be one or the
Ryan
other.
Garcia
He's
going.
either gonna maul Ryan
Ryan
Garcia,
Garcia going to sleep.
or Ryan Garcia is gonna catch him with a hook
Yeah.
Yeah.
coming in and put this kid
No,
out
yeah,
cold.
come
It's
on.
one or the other.
Yeah,
You can't
but
deny
Ryan
his speed.
Garcia-
Ryan Garcia is
No.
he's the fastest kid I've ever seen. He's the fastest kid alive. His hand speed is so. Have you seen him?
Come on, I saw his hand speed against Tank, and he looked
He
like
was scared. That was different. He was scared.
Yeah, he gonna be scared. This kid, Mexican
He's not gonna be
kid.
scared of this kid. His ego has
What?
already beat this kid
no,
30 times.
No, he had never beat this kid.
His ego, I'm telling
No,
you. Ryan Garcia on paper had already killed this kid.
His ego gonna be like this till the kid hit him.
If the kid can take a shot, then it's gonna be a long
Come
night
on.
for Ryan.
You,
That's
you,
all
you're
I'm
not
gonna- I
gonna
think
have
that's how it's gonna
21?
go.
21 knockouts, yeah.
You are not going to have 21.
Yeah, but he could all. I mean, I know he's no pushover, but he could also
hit.
fucking have those 10 knockouts in like Mexico. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mexico. Look, even with that, you still had 10 knockouts that you fought people that can fight.
Yeah.
That kid have been clipped, and I know if he fought in Mexico, he have been clipped. Cause not every Mexican fighter to come out there to clip
I'd like
you.
to see his 21 knockouts, but if he could take a shot, it's a long night for Ryan.
Ryan Garcia left hook is not. That man was fighting chickens.
That's all he has. It's all he has.
Yeah, all he has against bums.
Yeah,
he fought bums and knocked.
I'm not defending him. I'm on your side. I don't like him.
If I knock out bums, and you say, "Damn, that boy left hook is strong," well, shit.
I just say so fast, and that's a real problem.
He's not that fast.
He's so fast.
Man, okay. Let's see.
We'll see.
I think the Mexican beat him.
According to Tank, he wasn't that fast.
No,
He's not that fast.
the guy's not that fast.
He's not that fast.
He is not that fast.
But that's because he was scared. When you're tense, he looked at the whole fight. He was tense the whole fight.
No, he was not that scared.
He was tense the whole fight. He was like this.
He was attacking Tank.
No, he wasn't.
He was doing this crap.
No, he wasn't. He was exactly. He was just smothering him and trying to just be busy. He didn't look good.
Fight. One. Secondly, that left hook is not that fast. I can get away from that shit.
All right, we'll see.
And I retired 97.
All right,
and I can still get away from
we'll see.
From that left hook. Come on, he got a fat left hook.
Hey, I'm just saying.
He got a fat left hook fighting here. He lost. I know he got a sister. Maybe his sister boyfriend. He fought a couple of those times and knocked him out.
I don't know too much about this kid. I would have to see him fight a little bit more. Because I think a lot of like what you're saying is going to play into it. How durable is he?
Yeah.
How his ring IQ.
21 knockouts. How many of those knockouts were outside of Mexico? Every fight he had.
I don't know if he's ever even fought in Mexico. Don't say that he fights in Mexico. He may not have ever been.
If he
I'm just saying.
I've definitely seen him not fight in Mexico.
Somebody.
Listen.
He fought somebody that can fight.
He's got to be worth something, but I'm just saying it's one or the other. You know what I mean?
Man. Come on, guys.
If you're 26 with 21 knockouts, right?
21 knockouts don't come by the wet paper bag. You got to fight.
And the thing is, if you have 26 wins and 21 of them are knockouts, then that means you're coming forward a lot.
Yeah.
And that's tailor made for Ryan Garcia's left hook. That's all I'm saying. He's gonna either walk into something or he's gonna maul Ryan Garcia. And I hope it's the second one. I hope he gets to maul him. I'm just saying.
Ryan Garcia is not that great of a boxer.
He's not. He's not
a great of a boxer.
Good at all.
So if the kid smother him, he don't have the feet to run.
I hope so.
He don't have good feet to run. He gonna get caught.
I hope so.
Cause every time Tank stepped to him, he was in the corner.
He was just scared of Tank though. But that's different. Tank's good, that's why.
Well, look, there's a lot of variables here. One being the miracle worker. That could change things.
Who the miracle? Oh, come on. The miracle worker had lost twice in a the miracle worker had lost twice in a row.
Wait. The miracle worker is Derek James. He can't stand Derek James. So
why can't you stand Derek James?
I always bring up Derek James.
Because Derek James, they gave him the Trainer of the Year award when he didn't even work the trainer of the gym. Come on, except his own gym that he trained.
A great stable of fighters.
It is a great
stable of fighters that don't fight, but one.
Errol Spence just fought.
Yeah,
lost. Charles lost.
Okay,
Errol Spence. Ryan Garcia now. He's got AJ now. He's got Frank Martin.
Okay, he got AJ. AJ got fed a piece of beef. They fed AJ a beef. The guy that was supposed to fight AJ in that fight, they were so afraid that it could have been controversial. They went and made him supposedly drug tested positive. They made him drug tested positive so that AJ could get him a beef. Come on, AJ got no more heart. He can't fight anymore. He's the
super
chicken
chinny,
shit
no
now.
Heart.
AJ is the chicken shit.
There's a lot of damaged goods out there.
No, seriously.
That's for sure.
Well, I want to see Wilder versus AJ.
I would love to see it. I want to see Wilder. I don't even like Wilder. I want to see Wilder take his head off. Just blow it right off his shoulders.
I would like to see that. But first, let AJ fight the other British heavyweight that they screwed when he fought the Ukrainian there. The guy that got screwed when he fought the Ukrainian.
Oh, Dubois.
Yeah. Let AJ fight Dubois.
They're not going to do that.
knock AJ out.
I agree. I think
Dubois would knock AJ out. Eddie Hearn, hear it.
Eddie
I
Hearn
dare
loves
you
AJ.
put AJ in front of Dubois. Eddie Hearn,
He loves him. He would never.
Eddie Hearn, I dare you. I double dare you put AJ and Dubois in the same ring. Dubois would knock AJ into next week. Look, the kid, I love the kid. I used to love the kid when
I was a fan.
I was a big fan. Till when Andrew Luis kicked his butt, then he turned into a little bitch. Every time when he fights, he go cussing the other fighter and being rude in the ring and all of that. He lost all respect for me. AJ is not a good fighter anymore. Has been.
He's not a good
Dubois
person.
would knock him out in 4 rounds.
He's like a little
In 4
selfish.
rounds.
Yeah, I believe it.
Dubois would knock him out.
That would be a great fight. They need to make that one happen.
If you don't believe it, Eddie Hearn, put AJ in the ring with Dubois before you even think about Wilder.
He's trying to make money.
Because Wilder is just too much.
He knows
for AJ.
that.
He's going to go poof, and AJ will shit himself.
But that's the thing. They're not going to put any sort of risk in front of AJ because they're trying to milk as much money.
Let the fight happen. Make it happen.
They need to make at least
exactly,
$500 million on that fight.
Okay,
that
sign the damn contract and stop playing around.
That fight's gonna happen in Saudi Arabia.
But they have to wait.
100%.
Okay, I know they are Saudi.
The Saudis
just
got a lot of.
They're gonna buy it all up. They don't care.
Let them sign the damn fight then. Stop having Wilder just.
That fight's gonna make like $2 billion.
Look,
That's gonna
stop making Wilder just kind of wander. Sign the contract, Eddie Hearn. Sign the contract. Fight Wilder or fight Dubois. One of the two. And Joshua, you know, you're Nigerian and whatsoever, and you know I love that. I'm a West African too. But step up to the plate. Stop hiding behind your British promoter manager. Just step up to the plate. Tell them, say, give me either one of these guys now. Demand it. Demand the fight.
He would never.
And stop being the worst.
Well, on the topic of heavyweights, we have a confirmed contract signed between Tyson Fury and Usyk.
Yeah.
I will believe that fight when the first jab is thrown.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
I believe it's happening when the ring walks are on and not even then.
When they win the first bell.
They go ring the bell and somebody walk out of the ring. Yeah. You see, Tyson Fury still had to fight the MMA guy.
Yeah, he's fighting Ngannou anyway.
Yeah.
I don't like when they announce fights before the guy. You know what I mean? If there's a guy still hasn't fought, like.
But is this like a real fight?
No.
Yeah, because it makes it feel like that. You're like, I don't care right now anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see him fight Ngannou. You know what I mean?
I don't want to see him fight Ngannou. This should have happened.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I'd much rather be watching that.
I just go to tell you they did that so that no one can say, "Oh, let Tyson Fury fight." Wilder again. That's why they did that. They did that so that the people can think Tyson Fury is so booked up, so that he had no room to make another commitment. That's why they did that.
Maybe he had this in the works and was waiting for the big bucks to come through. You know, it could have been.
Well, I think it's too Ngannou because like
how much
he's a free agent
versus Usyk.
I think the Ngannou fight will make more money than the Usyk fight.
I can see that. I think so.
Maybe because you have the crossover of the MMA.
The Ngannou fight will make more money than the Usyk fight. Usyk's a good fighter, but nobody knows Usyk. Nobody really care.
I think people know Usyk. You have the whole Eastern
European.
Well, they're
definitely learning about him now, but it's not a good. It's not a good
Usyk
last memory of him.
Usyk is not a name that you call in a open drunk bar. Everybody say, "Oh, Usyk."
It's true. It's true. He's right.
If you go into a drunk bar and say Ngannou from the how you call it UFC, trust me, there's a whole lot of drunk people in there knowing know that name.
Fair, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge MMA person.
Talk about.
No, it's gonna make more money. Yeah, I'm sure.
Usyk will make.
I gotta look up the numbers on it because I don't know if it was the Ngannou fight.
They just called that fight to make people think Tyson Fury too busy. He too booked up.
I don't know. I think there's hundreds of millions on the table.
hundreds of millions on the table.
Yeah.
For
Usyk and Tyson Fury.
And I tell you what, some promoter gonna lose a lot of money.
That fight will do well. It'll do well in like Saudi Arabia. It can't. You're not gonna. Or like it has to be like in like the O2 Arena.
Okay, listen.
Wimbledon.
Listen.
Like you can't have it here.
Like
we love heavyweight boxing, but we don't love
way,
these guys.
Happen,
you know what I mean?
If it happened in Saudi Arabia,
only way it's gonna make money
is Bob Arum promoting their show. Okay. Yeah. It happened in Saudi Arabia or either or London. If they called up too much money to pay those fighters, some promoter is going into their pocket. They're not going to be able to make that much money to pay them.
But in Fury in London that'd be crazy. Mm-hmm. Like Fury at Wimbledon or O2 or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Like that's gonna sell.
Yeah,
where's Usyk? Because they know Usyk there.
That's what I mean. He does better over there.
The people in London already saw how Dubois got screwed with that low blow that Usyk's a little bitch.
Yeah, so then they'll root for Fury, but they're still gonna come.
You know, he got hit way above the belt. He grabbed his nuts. Come on, give me a break.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
a little bit of a
and the officials were in somebody's pocket. Somebody paid them damn officials, especially that referee.
Where was the fight? Wasn't the fight in it was in It was in Eastern Europe, right? That fight?
Yeah, the fight was in London.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
no, it wasn't in London.
No,
it wasn't.
No, I think it was like Poland or something.
Yeah, it was.
I don't get it.
Usyk friendly.
Yeah, it was wherever Usyk's from or something like that.
Yeah, he's from Ukraine.
Yeah, it was somewhere. It was somewhere where there was a Usyk friendly crowd.
They were playing that. He come from a country where there's a war, so I'll give him a gift. Goddamn fool! Don't give him a gift on my back.
Oh man. Last fight, and then we'll get into this week's Sammy Says. But just your thoughts on Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis. You have any predictions on that? Thoughts on that? I just saw a lot of promos for it this weekend watching some fights. So it was on my mind.
think personally that if they can keep that jab from like getting started by Haney, if Progress can take that jab away like how Loma did, obviously not the same way, he's not the same guy, but if he can figure out how to take that jab away, I think that it's another long night for Haney. You know what I mean? I don't know what adjustments they're gonna make coming off that Loma fight, but they need to make like crazy adjustments because there was a lot of stuff going on in that fight that people don't talk about. They just go, oh, he got robbed. But, like, the corner didn't sound good. The performance wasn't good. The adjustments weren't good. Like, there was just so many fingers to be like, hey, you guys got to, like, figure some shit out. So, it's...
You're talking about hitting the corner?
Yeah. Like, they need to get, like, a fucking different trainer or better trainer or a trainer and someone that...
Who's the trainer?
His dad, Bill.
Yeah, that's the problem.
There was a big round. I don't remember what round it was.
His old man know how to make the deals to get his son.
So money. Be his manager. You know what I mean? How many times have you seen it? Be his manager. Don't be his trainer. Be his
manager. Step away.
Yeah.
Let him be trained by a real professional trainer.
Yeah. Well, someone who's just not gonna freak out when your son's in trouble. There's an emotional tie there to the son. Right. So like to see him in like his son came back, I think like the 6th or the 7th round, and he was like, "Dad, he's landing this straight on me." And the dad goes, "No, he's not. Keep moving. You keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great." And he just totally blew right by that. And like the concern on Devin's face was like, "Hey, you didn't just hear me." Like, and then you're gonna look him in the eyes and be like, "You're doing great, buddy. Keep doing what you're doing." Right. Like, that's scary because Loma's not a big puncher. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like, next time it could be Tank. And what are you going to tell him? Like, no, son, keep your hands right where they're at. Right. Like, you're still winning, and he's going to get knocked out. And what are you going to tell him then? So it's like, you got to make that. You got to look at yourself.
Right. I hope they but the last time I saw them at Wild Card sparring, the father was the one there in the corner. So,
yeah, he's always there.
I don't think he changed any trainer.
You know, they'll like bring in trainer like to talk to people. Like, remember they did that with Ben Davidson, I think a couple fights ago, and like they bring guys in, but like
but
He needs to have like someone that he's listening to, because you can't listen to two people.
Right.
That he would trust, and the father need to step aside and let that person do their job.
Right.
You know, and stuff like that. Look, the kid is the good kid and all of that, but the thing is, he moving up in weight. The punches, they're different.
Yeah.
They're not the same. Not because you ate a big bowl of pasta today and fed heavy and think, oh, I can punch with a guy at 150 because I weigh 150 today.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Because that fighting at 150 or 147 whatsoever, he coming down from 180 to fight you at that weight.
Right.
Yeah.
And you coming down, you trying to go up, or you coming down from 160 or 60 or 155 to fight at 147.
Right.
Why he coming down from 180?
Right.
He can punch a lot harder.
Yeah.
When you walk in that ring, he gonna be at least 10 pounds heavier than you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
there's a lot of stuff that like goes
that's
missing
a lot.
with the corners and
Right.
like yeah, just a ton of it. Like I was telling you earlier, like there's a ton of experience that you really miss out on.
Right.
And I think that like, I don't know if Bill Haney ever fought or anything, but like they're just, you can see it that he either just doesn't have that coaching, tick in him, or he's just not a coach.
Right.
You know what I mean? But whatever it is, I fucking hope that they can figure it
Yeah,
out.
look,
Even bringing like Mayweather, like Gervonta did for a little bit, just to
bring
help out,
somebody,
give you a different perspective,
Right.
because
At
it goes a
least-
long way.
At least he believe I have gotten my son from here to a champion.
Yeah, like be proud of what you've done
Right.
and give it to
No.
someone else.
Yeah, so the kid, if he got something in him, let him draw it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have show that he got something, but let them push him to, if he's great,
Yeah.
to his greatness.
Right.
Not keep him at the same level.
Right.
Let them push him right across that push him across that line.
Yeah.
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 know?
It's always tough.
That's what he need to do
Right.
now.
Yeah.
But because if he fights again like he fought Teofimo, I mean, that'll be a different story. You know, because the other fella is a lot bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lot
Pro-
stockier.
Yeah.
Pro
Progress.
grade didn't look pretty.
Pro
Didn't
grade,
look good last
pro grade,
fight.
very
But
awkward.
Yeah.
It's
But
gonna
he-
be very difficult to fight.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fight pro grade like you fought Teofimo or fought any other person that's just a regular old boxer.
Loma.
Loma,
You call
yeah.
Loma.
Yeah, Loma,
Yeah,
Loma,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. They're hoping to get the Teofimo fight, but we'll
Yeah.
see. Teofimo, I think, would win now.
You know, you
I'm
can't
telling
fight
you,
like
Teofimo, when he
Lomachenko.
wants to show
Yeah,
up,
exactly. It
because
depends on the
I've
Teo
lost
that
faith
shows
in him
up.
already numerous times.
Yeah.
But
he
when
looked
he
good
wants to
last
show,
fight.
he looked amazing.
Yeah.
When he took Taylor to school,
No.
and I'm a big Taylor fan. I was like, man, Taylor's like,
Yeah.
he's big, he's slick, he moves, he could fight on the inside. I mean, the guy's kind of got it all.
Taylor looked like that night.
And that
when
night he
fought
looked.
Teofimo, he looked like he was done.
Yeah. Well,
looked
he,
like
he definitely has to be done at that weight. I would have
Yeah.
went to 54 a long time
Yeah,
ago.
he just looked like he was done. He
Yeah.
didn't have nothing. He didn't have much on it.
Or 47.
He didn't have much on
whatever
his
weight
punches.
they're at. Yeah, he
You know,
didn't have much
and
on him.
Teofimo came out that night. The Teofimo
showed
said,
up.
oh, Teofimo show up.
He showed up.
Yeah, but even if he show up for Tang will still knock him out.
That's a tough one. I still call that one tough.
Nope, I still say Tang knock him out.
Let's just quickly talk about a couple fights that are happening this week, and then we'll get into Sammy Says if you have a question. This weekend, Janibek versus Vincenzo for the WBO IBF middleweight titles. That'll be a good one.
I said,
But I'm saying their first names. I'm not even gonna
You
try
don't
their
even
last.
try.
Johnny Beck.
Janibek.
That dude,
Yeah.
I like
Johnny
that
Beck.
guy.
Yeah, he's
Johnny
good.
Beck stopped him.
Yeah, he should
Yeah.
stop him.
Johnny
And can I
Beck
tell
stopped
you?
him by round 9.
Can I tell you? I think all this Crawford talk that we talk. If Crawford were to ever get past this dude, then I'd go, okay,
Who?
Crawford can go to 68.
Who?
Janibek.
No, he ain't gonna fight Johnny Beck.
No, he'd
I
never
think
fight him. But I'm
he'll
saying
not
like
fight him.
because there's weight classes, right?
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
wants to fight Charlo. He wants to take those belts.
Yeah,
he wants to be
because
undisputed.
Charlo's-
So it's
because
gonna happen.
Charlo's
It's a
suck.
matter of time. Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, instead of going to 68, I think the next logical step would go to 60 and fight like a Janibek.
Yeah.
Especially, it sounds like he's about to be a unified champion.
Oh yeah.
So
no, but
it's a you know what I mean? If that's to me, that would be the ceiling for Crawford. I
No,
think
no,
68
That would
is
be a
too.
good fight.
Yeah,
Johnny
68
Beck-
is too big.
Johnny
though.
Beck is a Strong. I've seen him train here.
Yeah.
I've seen him spar here and stuff.
Slick, strong, fucking distance control.
Friends of their guys and stuff like that. But the thing here, Johnny Beck is strong. I'll say, you know, if it were like at a lighter weight, like 47 or so, Crawford beats him. But at that weight, he's just too rocket for Crawford. If it come to Charlo's a wuss. Even Johnny Beck would take him out in 4 rounds.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
Johnny
Beck beats. I think he beats them both.
Johnny Beck would take out in 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Either one of them.
I could see that. But speaking of Charlo, Tim Tszyu and Brian Mendoza are fighting for WBO junior middleweight title.
Is that no? That's his defense, right? That's technically a first
his
defense.
So
I hate when they do that shit.
Yeah. So
who are defense?
As soon as Charlo stepped into the ring with Canelo,
he lost the belt.
Exactly, and it went to Tim Tszyu, who was
upgraded.
So that'll be his first defense.
Yeah, technically versus Brian Mendoza. So that'll be good. I mean, I think this makes 154 interesting. Yeah. Charlo will have to eventually fight Tim Tszyu, or Crawford maybe has to fight Tim Tszyu to get a belt to make the Charlo fight for undisputed happen.
I think that's probably the better order, yeah. Because I think if he goes the Charlo route first, we all know what's going to happen, I think. But I just think if he falls into the talks, then it's going to be like a drag-out process where it's going to go for fucking like 2 years. And I think if he goes and fights Tim Tszyu, that fight can get made quick. He gets it, he wins the belt, and then he can. Now he has a belt to challenge. Right. So it'll make more sense, but. Because, I mean, like I said, like Charlo, the way he sounded after that fight, like, how are you going to call out Crawford like that? You know what I mean? Like, he's calling me out. Well, I'll go get him. Like, bro, we just watched you not like, you're not fooling nobody. You can't
perform that way and then call out.
Crawford won't pay him any mind.
Well, that's
so it's just talking from the side of your neck.
I think it's the better route, but man,
talking from the side of the neck. Oh, I want Crawford. And then you saw his trainer, the miracle worker, walking the fuck away. The miracle worker was walking away, looking back at him like,
you know what? I would say this, though. He was having a very honest corner with him.
In that whole fight. What he was saying in the corner was pretty good.
Yeah, he was like, dude, you got to wake up. Something. You got to do. You scared? What happened?
Probably Derrick James got tired of being
I'm
as you should.
He got tired of being embarrassed.
It was bad.
He's probably like, I got 3 other guys like this. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. But let's get into this week's Sammy Says. You have a question for him? You can ask him anything.
Oh, man. I've thought about this question since he's told me about it. I think this was like yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like, these are what the things we're going to do. I think... Sammy, what do you think of what I'm doing? Because you didn't see you knew me when I was little, and you didn't see me till I was an adult.
Yeah.
And then we spent time like being peers, like trainers, you know, we're trainers in the same gym.
Yeah.
But
trying
now
to see who loses the most weight.
Yeah, like doing trainer shit like that. And now I'm like a fighter and like something that maybe is a little offset with the age. Maybe I should have did it 10 years ago, but I'm doing it now. How do you feel from everything we've ever gone? Yeah, well, I mean from where we've gone.
Yeah, I mean, look, to tell you the truth, that's what I would tell you. I ain't gonna bullshit you, cause I don't blow smoke. Look, today what you're doing is good, okay? From where I stand. Because to me, you're trying to prove yourself to yourself. You're trying to know if I'm capable. I've been around this all this time. I've never thought of it. Even if I did, I never took it serious. I was always a cheerleader for my brothers. I was always, telling people, how good it is to be a boxer, or telling people how good my brother is and everybody else. But at the same time, you knew within yourself, they were looking back at you like, why you don't do this? I know you can do it. You can box play and all of that. Why you just don't do it? And it got to a point where in your mind, you probably kick yourself in the behind and say, look, let me just give it a try and see where I go with it. I would do 5 fights. Then got to 5. I'm going to go to 10. Who knows when you get to 10 where you're going to go to. But my advice to you would be that because you started at the time you did, depending on your progression, you can make those decisions when you get there. But at the same time, don't make it a habit to where you know better, and because you love it and it's tend to be good and you have a lot of people, hey Dustin, and then you say, oh, I'll try 2 more, I'll try 3 more. The day you feel hurt, that's the day you quit. Say, I don't want to do this shit no more.
Yeah.
Because that's what most fighters do, or most people who actually compete in this game does. They get to a point where they sit back and think, I don't know anything else. I have nothing to fall back on. So I'm going to try 2 more fights. I'm going to try 1 more fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to try another fight. And then it comes to a point where they can hardly pronunciate their own damn name. It's all blur when you hear them talk. So I believe you have good sense, and you will get to that point and decide to say, hey, I don't need this anymore, because you got something to fall back on. You can be a trainer, you're an intelligent young man, you can do anything. And I think you are doing what you feel right, and which is something that nobody can give you or take away. That it's something you've been around it all this time, so you just didn't do it the traditional way. Well, I'm gonna do the amateur 200 amateur fights, then pro fight, and say, man, I just had my first pro debut. I just had my pro debut. And people say, wow, you just started fighting? No. Sucker been fighting for 200, more than 10,000 rounds, probably, with that time. Why would you ask me that? But I think it's good that you're doing it now than later, where you would be like, fuck, I should have done it.
Yeah.
And, kicking yourself in the butt. I think it's good. Do it, just know when to quit.
Done and done, buddy. Done deal. Yeah, I feel like I got a pretty good grasp on that, so I'm just having as much fun as I can have, and just enjoying it, experiencing it. And yeah, I think when it's time to
take it one day at a time,
ride into the sunset, I'm gonna be a trainer again. But I'm still a trainer now.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna be a full-time trainer instead of part-time.
Yeah.
Either. So look, you got good sense, and not only that, if you start getting hurt, your father will put a foot in your ass and tell you to get the fuck out.
That's true.
so that's good.
Yeah. Good advice. Good advice. Well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
We'll
I hope that you make it.
Yeah. We'll try to go.
I know Sammy's
support.
going to be there.
Yeah.
I hope that you'll make it as well.
Definitely
Have him get
will.
2 tickets.
That'll be fun. Yeah. So good luck. Thanks for joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having me, guys. This was fun.
And we are starting to bake in this place.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
It's getting warm.
But this is Boxing Capital. I'm Tay.
I'm Sammy.
And I was Dustin.
Thank you. See you next week. Peace.
Okay.
All right.